IGNO. Hi, Arul.
Hi, how are you?
And Nirjana from Nepal.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. And Asika.
नमस्कार सर, ये कल की मीटिंग के ना एजेंडा और जो
Right, okay. I think Samantha, can you introduce the members? You know, you have been dealing. I mean, you have been discussing with them for a long time. Yeah, please introduce the members.
Yes, thank you very much. And since this is the first time we are seeing each other, why not we ask the distinguished colleagues to say a few words about themselves, because I might be probably pronouncing their names incorrectly. I know Shafina and I had quite a few exchanges on. She's based in Colombo, originally from Male. Dr. Aishat Shafina. She's mainly on sociology, but bringing in a lot of expertise on UN as a UNB international expert. She's currently looking into more legalistic on the Indian maritime ocean aspects, but I think well versed given her previous background as even the Deputy Minister of Education from Mali, a lot of academic background. So I will allow her to say a few words. And Professor Arul, I think Dr. Jayanta, you will be able to tell us about him. I tried to find him in the LinkedIn, so there were a lot of explanations about him. So I'll leave it at that. But thank you so much, Professor. Then we have our colleague, Ms. Sharma from Kathmandu. She's part of the UNESCO team there, and expert on communication and information. And also now we have our colleague, Ms. Atif. I would like to hear from you about how to pronounce your name, first name correctly. She is with the Islamabad Policy Research Institute. She also carries a very wide spectrum of experience, a columnist, a journalist, but moreover on a policy-related expert. So this is the brief intro, and I'm Samantha Jayasuriya, currently the Deputy Director General International Relations, with a brief background as a career diplomat of the Sri Lanka Foreign Service. So over to you, Dr. Jayanta. I think we have our colleague, Dr. Vijay Kon, and a few other members from SACTD also joining.
Okay, that Arul is from IGNO. That we have a tripartite agreement with UNESCO, SARO, and SACTD, and also IGNO. So we are in the process of developing MIL courses for different segments of the community, that especially teachers, teacher educators, students, and community at large. So I think that if we can get some idea about Shafina first, just in
sure,
brief.
Happy to do that. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Samantha. Samantha, I think you really covered it quite well, but let me also introduce myself. I'm Shafina. I'm from Maldives. I'm currently based in Sri Lanka. I did my PhD in sociology, specializing in gender equality. I did my postdoctoral studies, specializing in society and technology, digital technologies. I used to work at as Samantha mentioned, I was the Deputy Minister for Minister of Higher Education and President's Office. I used to be in teacher academics for over a decade. I'm currently working in UNODC as a partnership and monitoring and enhancement expert. So that's a brief introduction of myself. In terms of education contributions, I've also engaged with developing education master plan for Maldives, ICT master plan in education for Maldives, and training needs assessment also for Maldives. but also in connection with the UNESCO office in Bangkok and UNICEF office in Sri Lanka. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shafina. Then how about Nirjana? Hi, Nirjana.
Hello everyone. So I work in UNESCO Kathmandu as a program officer and head of communication and information unit. So we are the team of 4 here, and the area we cover is very diverse, from freedom of expression online and offline, safety of journalists, and different components of media development. For example, climate reporting initiatives. We also have some transboundary climate reporting initiatives from Nepal and India, and hopefully we can expand it in cooperation with our regional office in India, also for Sri Lanka. And then we have, for the past 3 years, different media and information literacy related initiatives going on. So we have been engaging with youth through our youth media champion initiatives, where we train the youth on media information literacy competencies, and they go to the communities with the project to implement the MIL in their respective communities. We have also supported the local governments. We have engaged with 40 local governments of Nepal for the development of MIL integrated curriculum in their local education. And just recently, in the first week of October, we have launched our first content creation landscape survey. If you have gone through UNESCO's behind the screen survey that was done with content creators globally last year, so our that is the base of our survey. And here we want to see more closely, like what are the factors that play, what are the needs, and what are the challenges, and what's the scope of the content creators. And the idea is also to keep youth very much engaged and co-create the initiatives with youth. You might have been following the news recently that the youth of Nepal did the revolution, and there has been some kind of political changes recently. So our media and information literacy has been an important tool for us, where we co-create our initiatives with youth.
Okay, that's great. Then how about Astif? So, how do you pronounce your name?
Javeria Atif.
Javeria, yes, it's Javeria, yes. Please.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm sorry I was a little late. First of all, my pleasure to be a part of this panel. It feels like I will be the one learning a lot. That being said, allow me to introduce myself. I am Javeria Atif. I currently work at Islamabad Policy Research Institute. It is a think tank that works under the National Security Division of Pakistan, and we're very proudly working on, issues pertaining to the national security itself. We look into the narrativizations, media strategies, but not for the government. It's just providing inputs. But at the same time, as an organization, we look into issues of foreign policy, we look into strategic studies, we even look into the issues of curriculum, any policy, as a matter of fact. So at IPRI, we did work on the single national curriculum that Pakistan initially wanted to follow. Currently, our organization also has the member chair of the AI Policy Committee, Dr. Anil Salman, who had been lead in the process of creating that policy here in Pakistan. It recently came out in August. As for myself, I have a background in international relations. I have very recently started working on the philosophy of technology. I'm very interested in working on the digitalization processes, and very keenly looking at the techno-geopolitics, as geopolitics is my base. So I am keen to perhaps discuss the information disorder that we're currently seeing. I will be looking forward to share more information on understanding the kinds of information that are available, how to spot that, what kind of toolkits perhaps we can look into to for the teachers perhaps to be more wary of what kind of activities they can have in the classrooms, perhaps look into the concept of truth itself, a little bit philosophical angle to understanding the changing environment, the information landscape. And as someone who has worked on media strategies, digital media strategies, perhaps how to trace the virality, why something got viral, how it got viral, bringing a little bit of open source intelligence to the conversation as well. So I will be looking into that kind of, my approach will be a little bit on that angle, perhaps if I may say, like a little detective on the digital landscape, figuring out where what started, the trends, why do they emerge, what is the concept behind it. I more so look into it when it comes to Pakistani politics or Pakistani internal political dynamics when it comes to the geopolitics as well. But I'd be very happy to share some of my insights regarding major trends that took place just a few years back, how people were responding to deep fakes, how they were responding to fake news, and what is the right way to perhaps inculcate all of these toolkits into our curriculum. I'm not someone from the education background, but I've had my chance at teaching at the Information Service Academy of Pakistan, where young communication officers then proceed to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or to the Prime Minister's office. So I've had that little bit of interaction when it comes to the teaching domain. I'm looking forward to this discourse, and perhaps this discussion can help me streamline further what I want to convey to the audience.
So
That's my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Jawar. Jawar.
You can call me Atif. You can call me Atif.
Atif, yes. Thank you, Atif. And Professor Arul, I think he got off, I think that. So Dr. Vijayakan is here now, our Director Academic Affairs, Dr. Vijayakan. Hi, Dr. Vijayakan.
Hi, good morning.
So Arul will come. So the important thing today is we have Shafina, no? Shafina is there, Nirjana, Shafina, Nirjana, and Atif. Mainly three members, and also we have Professor Arul from Delhi. So collectively we have 4 members now. Then again, yes, Arul. Arul just appeared and vanished. Hi, Arul. Yeah, please go ahead. Brief about you. Though I know that to others, yes.
Connection issue, I think.
Yeah.
He has some connection issues.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, really sorry that power went off suddenly.
Yeah.
Right. I quite missed some of the early introduction, but still, I'm a faculty professor with Indira Gandhi National Open University, India. Currently, coordinating the South Asian project of UNESCO, IGNO, and SACTD to promote media and information literacy in South Asian region. One of the main aim of this project is to develop academic program and later facilitating the training for the in-service and pre-service teachers. That's a primary aim of this project. I was part of the UNESCO's International Curriculum Committee 2019 that came up with curriculum version 2, and as well as 2010 Curriculum Committee, being part of the UNESCO's Delhi office in various capacity to promote media literacy, primarily in Indian context. And probably this is the first time we are working with the SACTD and UNESCO to take this MIL into the larger South Asian context. So that's my brief
That's
intro.
great. That's great, Arul. We have now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 experts in the region from Nepal, India, Pakistan, Maldives. Sri Lanka is coordinating that, right? Okay. Really speaking, MIL, we have been working on this field for ages. Especially this year, UNESCO theme is Minds over AI. Because AI is rapidly growing and invading into this landscape, MIL landscape. So at the beginning, we didn't have this AI component when we deal with media and information literacy. Only the digital space and lots of other first terrestrial media. Then new media came. With the new media, I mean, it expanded. Now, actually, this AI component also invading and like octopus touching all kinds of areas and aspects. So the theme is Minds over AI, million digital space. I mean, those days, long ago, I can remember we conducted these programs of media people, how to express science, how to communicate science to the general public, and all those things. Now, other way around, also important, empowering the public, how to differentiate, I mean, correct information from malinformation, disinformation, misinformation, lots of different terminologies, and also in the middle of those, that AI also play a big role. So the key challenges identified by UNESCO is trust in information and media. How we can trust those, and also now we know all the news. I mean, manipulated by algorithms. So that's a really big issue. If you fond of astrology, you get loads and loads of astrology. Then they don't know which is correct, which is wrong, which is fake. So this algorithm operation, that we call invasion is really issue. Then trust in information media is one. Update of MIL curricula. I mean, Arul is more for that. And also informal MIL and learning through media partnerships. Not only that, everyone should learn this and use empowerment through AI and technology, leaving no one behind AI revolution. Million crisis context, that any crisis, any disaster, how these victims can identify life-saving information. So vast area. Today, in this brief meeting, if we can say that which area you are going to deal, we can minimize overlaps. Otherwise, within this 1 hour, 1.5 hours, very short period, I mean, if we say the same thing again and again, because it's a online thing, I mean, virtual meeting, so it's a problem. Then I think that we can, if we can say that which area you are going to, each one is going to focus within 10-12 minutes. The in-person audience is mainly the teacher educators, student teachers, school teachers, and students mainly. Is that so, Samantha?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, so then we'll have another audience, virtual audience, also more or less similar, not really the general public. So if we can focus to this because SACTD main mandate is to develop teacher educators professionally and research, develop research and also setting standards. So those three are the major UNESCO mandate of SACTD over the region. So then, because of that, we mainly invited these teacher students and teacher educators. If we can change them, empower them, we can think that that empowerment will go down, trickle down the cascade, because that's higher, the third level of cascade, teacher educators, then the student teachers, then students. It may go down, and SACTD always looking at how it goes down without distortion. So we have different programs. Dr. Vijay knows social and emotional learning and different kinds of programs. We check, we assess always how this information trickle down the cascade. So how that, from where we can start? Arul, shall we give more preference to ladies? Ladies first.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Okay. So we have three ladies, three experts from three different countries. We'll start from the northern part, Nirjana. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. What I would suggest for UNESCO, the questions could be around our global framework and how that's contextualized, localized, and implemented in the context of the region. And I think I can talk about media and information literacy, the governance of the digital platform, and also some kind of like transboundary collaboration, how the countries of the region can increase cooperation in working in different areas like media information literacy and platform governance. And I have some examples that I can share. We have some regional initiatives that also engage Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, different countries. So with examples, I can share about how UNESCO's global framework are being translated into realities in the region.
Okay, Nirjana. Can I do a little request to you?
Sure.
If Nirjana, if you can draw up at least 2-3 objectives,
Mm-hmm.
what sort of change you are expecting by hearing to your 10 minutes or 12 minutes presentation, what sort of objectives you expect them to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just draw up few lines and
Sure.
please send to Samantha. Right? After your short presentation, that you can have some slides, you can share some slides. If you can send us those slides, we can share from this end also, because sometimes there are technical reasons you can't go to the presentation mode. So we also can share from our end, and also at least 2-3 the objectives to
Sure.
be. What do you think that after listen to you, what do you expect them to achieve? Maybe the knowledge wise or skill wise or attitudinal wise, the basic things, the cognitive, psychomotive or effective objectives. Just don't be very ambitious. Short few objectives.
Sure.
Then we are coming down from Nepal, little bit western side.
Just I have one question. So I think we will have 1 hour of time. So are you trying to make it the combination of presentation and discussion? Because my understanding was that we would be on kind of cross question and answer, and then taking the questions from the floor. So how does it work?
That we can do two ways. One is after each presentation we can give, we can allow one or two questions. Otherwise, after all four presentations, we can have a discussion time with all the members, all the panel members. What do you prefer?
Yeah, I'm okay with both the modality. Let's hear from other
we'll ask
panelists
others
as
also.
well, and then
Second option would be better, I think, because second option would be better. Let the other four presentations get over. Because that would have, we have more control.
Why that all the members are on board at that time? Is that so, Arul? Because some questions may be answered by the next speaker. So after all four speakers, I think we can have a discussion time. Then we can ask questions. Yes, Samantha.
Sorry to intervene. I think Dr. Shafina has agreed to visit us at SACTD and be with us during the event. Am I right? Or do you want
Yes,
to
I'm
change?
actually flexible. I can take it online as well if that works better. Yeah.
So Dr. Jayanta and Dr. Shafina will be physically with us in SACTD, while three of you from Islamabad, Delhi to Kathmandu will be online, but you will be seen in the big screen. So that's the logistical arrangement. And if you have PowerPoints, as said, please do send us, so that will ensure we will not have any logistical fallbacks. Thank you.
Great. Yes. Atif. Yes, sorry.
No problem. It is perfectly all right. Thank you so much. And yes, I think the second arrangement for the modality would suit us all. It will be beneficial to have like a proper discourse after everyone's shared their bit. That being said, I would have loved to join everyone at Sri Lanka as well, but unfortunately, my own commitments could not allow me. That being said, like I said, my focus would be mainly on 3 points. That being understanding the information disorder, perhaps going a little bit into the impact of what each kind of information does. Perhaps giving a small primer on that. It will not be too lengthy, but just to give examples and merging it with the my main hook would be the philosophy of technology. That why first understanding technology itself, because not everyone is a software engineer. But software engineers are now writing the discourse for society. They are building, destructing, creating society. OpenAI has massively changed how things work now, and even in terms of how we perceive reality. So I want to, perhaps touch a little bit on that, give a little bit of opening in that kind of thinking. So focusing more on the cognitive model. As it says in the program somewhere as well, the human firewall. So my focus will be then how to have that kind of capacity building toolkit. I will try to create a small handbook, even if I have the time. I will try to make a handbook and present that later on as well. But my idea will be to present a model as to how actively a teacher in the classroom can share activities with the student. So that is also my objective, that in the end, there is a classroom activity that can be done. Perhaps you do a small OSINT exercise in the classroom. So I will be focusing on number 1, information disorder and philosophy of technology. Number 2, the human firewall capacity model. Number 3, understanding how policy options can help teachers then. to have this kind of conducive environment to share this kind of information. I will, of course, be taking my learnings from UNESCO and other global actors that are participating, and also sharing a little bit on Pakistan's approach, considering we just released a new AI policy, which also has this particular segment, calling the Secure AI Ecosystem. So I will be very happy to highlight a little bit of that. That is what I think will be part of my presentation. If you feel that there's something that is too much that can be edited, that added or subtracted, I'm very much to that as well.
Thank you very much, Arif. I mean, great that within this 10 to 12 minutes, as you mentioned the 3 different areas, which one you are going to highlight more?
My focus will be more on understanding the capacity models, because I would like that once the teachers who have taken this lecture, when they go back in the classroom, they have tangible exercises for the students to do. For example, they have a case study. Basically, the focus will be on dialectics back again. Thinking, critical thinking. So what are those activities that they can perhaps conduct in the classrooms while having the understanding of the information landscape, while having the understanding of the technology landscape for the students to practice?
So if you think that your handbook or whatever, if you can send us, we can print it and share it with that in-person members. So that also may help them. And also that Atif, can you do the same thing, that a few objectives and send us, right?
Definitely.
Just draw up few objectives. You think that they may understand, they may achieve after your presentation.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you so
maybe
much.
a very short one, but later on, I think we will call you again to a lengthy, I mean, the detailed ones later. Once we develop Arul, that once we start our program, I think we can get definitely from there. And what do you think about AI inclusion? So that also you touch in your presentation.
Definitely, sir, because a lot has changed. At first, you were only looking into digital media platforms and how content is being produced, but now content is being mass produced through AI technologies. So then having that keen eye to understand what content, verification tools, basically. My focus will be on understanding what is real and what is not real. I think that's where we have to focus. The truth seems to be a little smudgy these days. So in my handbook, which I'm like being ambitious about it, but I will try to basically share perhaps verification tools. Normally, all of this information is available online, but sometimes when it comes into a concentrated package, it just may become easier for the teachers. So perhaps sharing verification tools, how to figure out fake from real. Fake news is also a result of deep fakes at times. So having that kind of eye, what kind of basically verification process. It's basically figuring out the information trails, retracing information, that kind of a thing. So these are also some interesting activities for the classroom. For example, someone's post got viral. So figuring out what was the chain behind it that made it this. And then figuring out if it is real or not. And because in Pakistan, we tend to face a lot when it comes to fake news and the virality of things. So I was really interested, perhaps, that a little bit of OSINT would make it.
Right. That's great. Then we come down the southern part. Yes, Shafrina.
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, Nirjana and Jawair. I'm very fortunate to be here learning from you as well. And Arul, I'm yet to listen to you, but it sounds like that we will not have overlaps at all. For me, at least, it sounds like that.
Shafina, we all are co-learners.
Exactly.
Now teachers all are co-learners. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead,
Thank you so much. So for me, I've been assigned the topic of emotion and social aspects. The sociologist in me want to ask the question whether or how per se that we would stay human in this digital age. So basically looking more into the emotional and social aspects. First of all, in the emotional part, it's also to question ourselves how much we've lost the emotional depth in communication. For instance, when we generate AI emails, of course, if it was sent on my birthday and someone didn't wish me, I know it's an AI generated email. But if a colleague came to me and then wished me instantly, of course, it's not an AI generated email. So there is the lost in emotional depth and in emotional connection as well. And the second part that I would like to look into in the emotional aspect is the amount of time that we spent on these AI tools and digital devices. Like the amount of time we scroll through the TikTok reels and Instagram reels just so that we get the information. But then, like the professor said, it also makes us think that this is meant to be. I'm seeing this perfume, I'm seeing this restaurant because it's meant to be. But it's not meant to be. It's the algorithms that are feeding into our thought process. So to question and to ask, how do we reclaim our own thought process? How do we take accountability of these aspects or the information that are more like bombarded into us, but also fed into the thought process that we are unable to, or we are rather yet struggling to overcome from. So that's a part of the emotional aspects that I would like to touch upon. And when looking at the social aspects, again, there is a huge change in how we communicate, but not in the need of how we communicate. For instance, I'm still curious to know what my neighbor is doing. I mean, there was a time when I used to sit at the bench, and when my neighbor passes, I ask, "How are you? What have you been up to?" But now this has changed into an AI technology. I mean, I send a thumbs up, I send an emoji. I started picking up on these short messages and codes, unlike the emotional depth of connection that I would have with the person. So how we communicate has also changed, and how the reach of the messages within societies has also changed. But for us, for many of us, we weren't aware of what the repercussions could be like for teenagers, for children, for many alike. They shared messages just by entering a press on the keyboard without realizing that our audience would become the worldwide web overnight. So things like that, that's something I would like to touch upon. And also, as to what you were saying at the beginning, how to leave no one behind. We are living in a world where, with 3 generations minimum, people who were born before internet age, people who are born into internet age, and people who are learning to be in the internet age. So to address this internet generational gap is something that I would like to touch upon, especially when we talk about the social responsibility, social cohesiveness, and also to come to think of that, it's actually not the codes that's making the human firewall. It actually should be the accountability and responsibility of people who think, care, and share, and to continue to keep or take the responsibility and accountability in still being a human while using all these digital resources. Basically, in a sense, not to let AI override our thinking process, and keep that critical thinking within ourselves as the topmost priority.
Great, Shabina. That Shabina also can send that objectives, right?
Definitely, we'll do that.
Drop at least 2 or 3 objectives. Think about, I think some of your objectives are not really cognitive, the effective part. I mean,
Yes.
psychomotive and effective part, right?
Definitely.
Talk to not only brain, to the heart. And
Very much.
yeah, and also, Shafina, that if you can consider the generations also, I mean Gen Z and Alpha,
Yes.
because now most of our students are either Gen Z or Alpha. Maybe the teach educators are in different generation, like maybe some kind of generation, that some are millennial
Yeah.
generation. I think you all are from that generation. but we are dealing with Gen Z. Nirjana knows how Gen Z work, right? So Gen Z and also the Alpha after 2013,
Yes.
we 2013, yes, 2013, we call Alpha because they are more on that verbal voice messages. Even the 3-year, 4-year ones, always they call, hey Google, hey Siri, like that. So think about them also, that how this new media and digital space and the AI, minds over AI, how work that. Please send us.
Definitely. We'll do that, Professor. Thank you.
And the essence, if possible, then it's easy to moderate, and also that we can get the maximum, because whole discussion is one thing that we all are doing a part of that, right? Then
Definitely.
that we can weave in one stretch, like Arul, your responsibility now. what are your areas? Thinking about the missing ones, and also taking the message forward.
Right. Probably I'll stick to the curriculum perspective. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So definitely, Safina, it won't overlap with you. And
I'm sure of that.
One, the AI has its own advantages. At the same time, it's got challenges also. Advantages in the sense the technology helping us to pool the information in whatever manner we want them to do that.
Yeah.
One assistant is available with us to do whatever you do that. But from the MIL's perspective, we have to see that whether the information is coming from AI or through whatever AI generated content, how far suitable for our perspective, particularly from the global south.
Yeah.
Whether the information is very clean or without any prejudice, stereotypes, bias, everything. Because AI is basically relying on the existing content only. So we are prone to expose to the Western concepts, because we never create a content from the south. So that AI rely heavily on the Western concept. The Western point of view about south, we are consuming here. So we are repeating again what is the cultural imperialism earlier. So how to address that is from the curriculum point of view, at least from the in-service and pre-service teachers point of view. Probably that is one of the main focus area of our project. So I'll try to cover that as angle. MIL training and AI challenges and opportunity. I'll stick to that. Probably what this learning comes from this meeting, we can incorporate our project also later.
Okay, thank you. That you also can send us few lines, right?
Because I'll do that, and you ask for the brief CV. I'll send it to Samantha. I'll send it to your email.
Yeah. Email send to me or Samantha. Then
two email has been given. I'll send it to both.
Yeah. And I could contact Manda also. Arul, his phone was not working when we contacted through email.
Okay, sure. No problem.
So Nirjana is, I think,
she had to leave for another meeting, and Dr.
Shafina
will also leave, I think, around.
Then we have Shafina, Hadif, and Arul. So thinking about Nirjana's field also, what do you think that from where we can start? Line up.
Actually, we can start with Safina, because she's talking a little very pertinent for society and technology. Secondly, we can go to
Atif, I agree with that. Mute.
Apologies, I was unable to unmute my mic. I think Ms. Shafina can definitely take the lead. And whatever the lineup is, I am absolutely content with it.
Yeah, by I mean, by looking at the content, we can have the sequence, right? So
Yeah,
Safina can start.
Niranjana
Happy
can
to,
come
yeah.
second. Safina
Then-
first, Niranjana second. Then Atif can talk about capacity building and the information disorder. The last will come to the curriculum training. And
Finally, to that Arul, right? Then the Shafina starts. Then Nirjana. Atif.
Nirjana.
Nirjana. Then that's the Atif
Okay.
Atif, then Arul.
and Arul, right? Okay, so that is the sequence. Then
Sequence.
that you know that that no need to say Shafina's things again. That we know that we can arrange the thread. We can make the thread. So ending
And it goes in a broader perspective. Safina sets a tone. Then Niranjana talks about platform governance, collaboration, cooperation.
Yeah,
Then Atif talks about the information disorder, capacity building. Then come to curriculum. So it goes in a sequence.
yeah. Then I think that perfectly we can do that. So anything more to say or anything more to add that Vijay or Samantha?
Yeah, actually, I just mentioned that because I think we discussed these things in.
Yeah.
We discussed these things in the beginning. The participants here in the mixed group actually from DJ educators to students. We need to understand this variety from beginning to end because all these subjects like social and emotional aspect to curriculum development. Sometimes curriculum development not very much relevant to the students, but we need to consider that also when we deliver the sessions. So that's my idea.
Students are the followers of
they are the followers
of the curriculum, right? Okay, thanks, Vijay. Samantha?
Just a very brief request rather. Since we were talking to many of our perspective in-person participants, particularly the teachers who are part of the UNESCO Associated School Network and the ICT teachers, we found that there is a great level of enthusiasm on how they can balance as Dr. Jayanta was saying, this fast-moving alpha to Gen Zs, and the teachers who doesn't, as Dr. Shafina said, belongs to this AI generation. And then they are very keen to know how they can incorporate certain things. So I think Javira's probably class activities and things might be very interested to them. And then Professor Arul, when you talk about curriculums, as you said, rather than getting it in toto, how they can adapt into their own, because some are fully digitally equipped in terms of schools. And I think it's same for Maldives, it's same for Pakistan, where there are a lot of technically equipped, logistically equipped schools versus where you need the distance learning. So we have so many people joining online as well. They are from the region as well as from different parts of Sri Lanka. So it's a broad audience, but I am sure you will do the justice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Samantha. Atif, I saw alpha. One alpha is there, right?
He is grooming the alpha.
I am sorry, I obviously have to take work and other things.
It's nice. It's nice to be with alpha, right? Okay, thank you very much once again.
But this is a very good idea, having a pre-meeting session. To have a clarity on that. That's a good
Then
point.
actually we know each other.
Definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, although this is virtual, I mean, I feel like all are with us now.
That's so kind of
And
you.
the
I hope
quiz,
next time we can all be together.
Yes.
And please make a publicity large scale, because that's why we can reach out to us.
Now we
Yes,
are
Yes, it's
Use the UNESCO network.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
already
that's
on the UNESCO Mill Day webpage, our event, and we will definitely feed more information, including this very valuable discussion, and people who have been with us from far away, like in Hong Kong and many places, wanting to listen to you all. So I'm sure this is going to be a very exciting event, and it will be preceded by a keynote speech. And then subsequently, the evening session will be entirely for the young fellows and the teachers with workshop and so much. So they will have the basis from your discussion. And for that, I think there is enough material, and I'm sure Dr. Jayanta will be rallying around everything and giving out sort of outcome of it. And I'm going to prepare a small flyer. Feel free to advise me if you don't like your picture there and so forth. I'm happy to change that. So thank you once again for your time. I know it's with a lot of commitments you joined this. So let's have a good session and make our event a real collaborative one.
Okay.
Yeah, Arun, that for that publicity and all, we have an ambassador.
Okay.
We have not actually brand ambassador, real ambassador, right?
Yes.
Real
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you very
Bye.
much once again. Thanks. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Okay.